Comrade Thirunavukkarasu grew up in Jaffna. He was a member of the clerical service. He was a very active trade unionist in the GCSU government clerical service union. It was the premier trade union in the government sector. I'll say a few words on the Tamil question, the national question. We all know that Tamil people are discriminated, have been historically discriminated. In regard to the use of language, in regard to manners of employment, higher education, etc. But we in the left look at the issue kind of more deeper. Comrade Vallipuram is one of them. We in the left, we always believe that we do believe that the national question runs deeper, that the various communities that make up this land, Sinhalese, the Tamils, the Muslims, and the Afghan Tamils, the Malaya Tamils, that we all have, the various communities have a right to the EU share of state power. It's not just discrimination. Ending discrimination, allowing Sinhala and Tamil to have complete parity of status is good, but that will not solve the problem. What is needed is for all communities to have a share, their due share of state. That is the difference between the left perspective of the national question and other perspectives. Not just discrimination, it runs deeper. And that is why, as the Comrade Vallipuram said, we stand for devolution of power. We stand for sharing of state power. We stand for sharing of state power both at the periphery in the police and also at the center. Comrades of the left movement, large number of them sacrificed their lives in 1987, 88, 89, and we supported devolution as a principle. Although devolution was reluctantly introduced by J.R. Jayampathy, right-wing politician, we in the left took up stand in support of devolution as a matter of principle. Number of Congress of Nava Sama Samaja Party, of the Communist Party, of the Marxist Party, and of course the Nava Sama Samaja Party sacrificed their lives, including Jayampathy Wickramaratne. These are special mention. So we in the left think, and we believe that the solution to the national question is sharing of state power. And that is why we support it. We support provincial councils in principle, but that is not there. We think that is not enough. There should be more clear contribution of state power between the center and the provinces. Together with that, the use of language, the right to use of language, the right to be educated in the language, the right to communicate with the government and state institutions in your own language, not to be discriminated, all that add up to the solution to the national question, but the main question is state power. That is why, as we discussed earlier, we stand for provincial councils, we stand for devolution of power. And we are, I don't want to go into politics as a target. We cannot have a meeting, we cannot cooperate without talking politics. If he was making this speech, you would have said the same thing. And we expect the government to fulfill its promises, to have a new constitution, which she stood for, to have provincial council elections immediately, without further delay, which she stood for. And we have a new constitution which gives the community, the various communities, a modern constitution is both a clear sharing of state. A new fundamental rights chapter that includes not only civil and political rights, but also economic, social, and cultural rights. A new constitution that abolishes the executive presidency, goes back to parliamentary form of government, which provides the people of Sri Lanka a better opportunity so that there will be collegial decision making in parliament without just one person being running the country from the president's house. And that is why we must pledge at moments like this, that we must pledge that we will contribute. The struggle is that we will dedicate ourselves to what Comrade Thirunavukkarasu stood. On behalf of the United Left, I wish to convey our deepest sympathies to the family of Comrade Vallipuram. I was able to attend the funeral. I was happy that I was able to support it for me, and I was able to participate in the ceremony. And I'm very thankful to the family for inviting me. And also to say a few words on this. Thank you very much.